and I'm here to do original songs for you. And also to tell the stories behind some of those songs and to chat. But you know what? Before I can really finish going live, okay, so I have to press a couple of buttons here. There's one. Let's see. There's one. Okay. And I have to set up these windows because the chats are coming from like all different places. And I want to be able to see all the chats. So I got all these different windows I got to be looking at. Okay. So, my set is unplanned, although I did kind of decide what my first song will be. So, I'm just going to start off with the song. And this is actually a song that's on the album I released back in 2017. I want to say my first album, but it turns out I haven't released any albums since then. I've had like many songs out there, but I decided just to keep releasing them as singles. You say that we should meet sometime for coffee. Start off fresh and find out how we feel. My lips feel like they're crying out to kiss you. But my heart holds wounds that time still hasn't healed. I've moved along, I've even had a fling or two. Still I admit, in spite of all you put me through, now and then I still think about you. Now and then I want to call your name and hold you in my arms the way I used to way back when. But there's a world of pain, a world of change between now and then. I guess it's nice, hey Evan, to hear you say you miss me. I've missed you more than life the day you left. But you chose him, and I chose to keep living. Now I get along just fine here by myself. I'll find the strength to fall in love again someday, when I get to the point where I don't have to say. Now and then I still think about you. Now and then I want to call your name and hold you in my arms the way I used to way back when. But there's a world of pain, a world of change between now and then. I want to hold you in my arms the way I used to way back when. But there's a world of pain, a world of change between now and then. Hey everybody, I'm Seth Hillary Jackson. I remember you this time, scary friends. I remember that last time you asked me if I remembered you and I said no, but now I remember you. Thank you. Thank you for the Nice comment. And thank you, Carson, for the roses. And thank you, Avna, for the follows. And thank you, Christian. And please share the live and invite your friends to join us. Thank you. With the, I don't know how to pronounce your usernames because you have like images or emojis, whatever they are. You want to write a song? Are you a songwriter, Greg? So if you're serious, I don't know. I usually can't just agree to go writing songs with strangers, but, send me a DM. And if you have a website with some of your songs on there, maybe I can, take a listen. I have not co-written a song in a long time. I used to do almost, not really exclusively, but I used to do for a long time because I was cool. So I used to, be trying to make a career of writing songs for other artists to record. And when I was doing that, most songs you hear on the radio are co-written. And there's a good reason for that. So I was doing a lot of co-writing. But I've done very little of it since I started putting out my own music. I think I can count on, definitely on one hand, the number of songs I've co-written since then. But hey, I'm open to whatever is good for the world. So you know what? I just pulled. I hate to do too many country songs. I used to write country songs, and I hate to do too many of them because then people will think I'm a country artist, and I'm definitely not a country artist. And I was writing country songs, but I was also writing pop songs. But I've got a bunch of country songs that I wrote, and I like a lot of them. And I just found another one that I'd almost forgotten about. And I just pulled it out, and I want to try it out. I've actually, there've been some independent artists expressing a lot of interest in this song, and hopefully one of them will release it one of these days. But I'm going to try it. She said goodbye and cursed my name. Good Lord knows that I'm to blame. Now my portrait hangs up on that wall of shame. In the Losers Hall of Fame. That heart of gold deserved a diamond. She gave me everything a man could need. But the way I ran around, it ain't surprising. She decided she'd had enough of me. She said goodbye and cursed my name. Good Lord knows that I'm to blame. Now my portrait hangs up on that wall of shame. In the Losers Hall of Fame. There ain't no use to sit and cry. She ain't coming back. I'll just do what losers do. Another shot of Jack. She said goodbye and cursed my name. Good Lord knows that I'm to blame. Now my portrait hangs up on that wall of shame. In the Losers Hall of Fame. Now my portrait hangs up on that wall of shame. Blues Hall of Fame. Okay. Oh, thank you, Samdo. Thank you so much for the gift there. And thank you so many for the roses and the, I can't say what that's a picture of, but I totally appreciate all the gifts. Thank you so much. Oh, and Beckett, thank you so much for the everything. God, thank you, Gracie. Thank you, Gracie. And let's see, who else is here? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. So, you know, I want to do let me do another country song. I really like this one. Since I'm in a country mood. I think you might like, you know, I really had a lot of interest in Nashville in this song. And, you know, I had a couple of publishers who were sure this was a hit. And, you know, I used to go out to these writers' nights, especially there's this place called the Broken Spoke that used to be really huge in Nashville for writers' nights. And I used to go there and it's this big place and it was full, and it's really hard to get the attention because there's so many writers doing songs. And I have a couple of songs that really got a lot of attention there. So, you know, if you're getting attention at the Broken Spoke, you were doing something right. And this is one of those songs. Echo Canyon, it's always the same. On this ledge where she stood and called out my name, this big empty silence is all that I hear. Oops. But the memory of her voice. Wait, I'm messing this up. I'm in the key of G, so the 3 chord is a B minor, right? This big, big, big empty silence is all that I hear. But the memory of her voice is so clear. She said, I love you, love you, love you, at Echo Canyon. But her words faded away on the wind. Now I'm standing on the edge of Echo Canyon, and the hurt comes back to me again and again. This used to be heaven, the wide open space, and the sun's golden rays on her pretty face. But the endless horizon and the longing to roam led her far from these hills where we built our home. She said, I love you, love you, love you, at Echo Canyon. But the words faded away on the wind. Now I'm standing on the edge of Echo Canyon, and the hurt comes back to me again and again. The mountaintops cry as the big lonesome sky stretches on and on. They're repeating to me, boy, you'd better believe that she's gone. she's gone. She said, I love you, love you, love you, at Echo Canyon. But her words faded away on the wind. Now I'm standing on the edge of Echo Canyon, and the hurt comes back to me again and again. Now I'm standing on the edge of Echo Canyon, and the hurt comes back to me again and again, again and again, at Echo Canyon. It's called Echo Canyon. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Emma, for the follow. Thank you, Ari. You're from the YouTube. Oh, from the YouTube Live. You know, I have to check my window. There's all these different windows I have to be looking at. Oh, there you are. Oh, thank you from the YouTube Live chat, or this could be Twitch also. Okay, well, I totally appreciate. Oh, and you actually know some of my songs. I already did Now and Then. So let me know when you come back. I'll play one of those. Oh, The Music Lives On. I've only played that once. So you've either heard me play that one time, or you've gone to my Spotify. Well, I really like all the songs that you like. Of course, I like them, or I wouldn't have released them. Thank you, Root Beer, for the follow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ari. So, Chloe, it's called Echo Canyon. So, I don't know if I should, since I'm in the country mode. This is a song, I've done this song here quite a few times, and it's always popular. But this song, I actually got the best reaction I ever got at the Broken Spoke. I had other musicians playing along with me, and I had, the crowd singing along, and it was totally great. Oh, thank you, Michael. I really appreciate that. I'm so glad. That's kind of what I'm here for. To make people happy, or sometimes make them sad if that's appropriate. So, and I've played this song because on TikTok especially, not on any other platform, and not in real life, but on TikTok, I'm always having people telling me that I look like Jim Carrey, which reminded me that, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Dumb and Dumber, but that's one of his funniest movies. And I actually wrote a song titled after that movie. And the reason I wrote it is a bunch of songwriters were talking about song titles. And when you're writing, especially in country, but even in probably pop, the song title is really important. And a lot of songs are started, like writers get together and you try to come up with the best title. You bring in some titles that you thought of. So we were talking about what makes a good song title. Somebody mentioned the movie Dumb and Dumber, and they said, that's a great title for a movie, even though it wouldn't make a good song title. And as soon as I heard that, like my brain jumped into action. It's like, what do you mean it wouldn't make a good song title? And I came up with this idea, and I'm like, I got to prove him wrong. So I wrote this song, and it goes like this. When it comes to my heart, always use my head. I don't get involved, 'cause I know how insane love gets. I read the book about Venus and Mars with my feet firmly on Earth. Then I fell for her and blew it real bad, then messed it up worse. It was Dumb and Dumber, a double barrel bummer, a 1-2 punch to the heart. Hey Emiliano, it was Dumb and Dumber. I really did a number when I tried to be so smart. With all my horse sense and intelligence, I sure did catch on slow. It was dumb to let myself fall in love, and even dumber to let her go. She's a homecoming queen. She's the 4th of July. One look at her and I was stark raving out of my mind. We lit a flame till my brain stepped in and said, get a grip on yourself. And now I gotta see her holding hands with somebody else. It was Dumb and Dumber, a double barrel bummer, a 1-2 punch to the heart. It was Dumb and Dumber, I really did a number when I tried to be so smart. With all my horse sense and intelligence, I sure did catch on slow. It was dumb to let myself fall in love, and even dumber to let her go. I use logic, I take calculated risks, but I didn't count on wanting her like this. It was Dumb and Dumber, a double barrel bummer, a 1-2 punch to the heart. It was Dumb and Dumber, I really did a number when I tried to be so smart. With all my horse sense and intelligence, oh man, did I catch on slow. It was dumb to let myself fall in love, and even dumber to let her go. It was dumb to let myself fall in love, and even dumber to let her go. Oh, thank you for the like. Thank you, Jay Dizzle, for the comment. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Julia, for the follow. Thank you, Emiliano, for sharing the live. It's always great to have you here. Thank you, Nate, for the rose. You people are awesome. Thank you, Michael. I really, really appreciate the kind comments. And I don't know how long I can go. As some of you know, I have chronic fatigue. I've been trying to build up all day the energy to go live. Oh, hey, Joey. How are you? Thanks for being here. Thank you, Evan, for the like. I totally appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Scrambled Egg. I totally appreciate that. That makes me feel so good, you know? Knowing that people like what I'm doing. Okay, so what should I do next? Oh, you know, I can't believe I forgot to post I had a story video to post. And I was going to post it before I went live, and I can't believe I forgot to post it. So I'm going to have to post it afterwards. It's another story about summer camp. Hey, Tina! How are you? It's great to see you. Thank you, Tina, for the like. Thank you, Emiliano, for the heart. I really appreciate the gifts and the likes and the follows and everything and the comments. So keep it up, everybody. I totally appreciate it. And the shares. If you haven't shared the live, please share the live. Even if you have shared it, I guess you can share it more than once, right? I've been about the same, you know. As you know, I have thank you, Michael. I'm fighting the chronic fatigue, and you know what? I finally, I've been working on another song to release, and I wanted to release this 2 months ago. It's kind of a summer night song. Oh, thank you, Jay Dizzle. Thank you for the share, and thank you, Michael, for the share. So I had this song, and I recorded it, and I've been wanting to release it. It's like I wanted to release it at the beginning of the summer, but then I started I do this all the time. You know, I write a song and I record it, and then it takes me like 2 months to keep fiddling around with the mix to get it right. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to release it. And just for the heck of it, I can get professional feedback on my mix. So I thought, all right, I might as well get some feedback before I release it. And then he found all these things that I couldn't hear, but they could hear, all these things to fix. So I fixed them, and then I went back, and then I had more things to fix and more things to fix. And I finally, I don't know, maybe there are more things to fix, but it sounds pretty good to me. And I uploaded it to the distributor yesterday. And I want to give, I mean, I could release this immediately, but I'm hoping, you know, when you submit a song, oh, thank you, Joey. Thank you. Yeah, well, I got another story about the summer coming up, and I'm going to post it, to TikTok right away, and I guess it'll go to Instagram tomorrow, or Facebook, or whatever. So, when you send a song to Spotify, there's you can pitch the song to the Spotify editors to add to their playlists. And so far they've yet to add any of my songs, but I keep hoping. But you got to give them at least a week's lead time. So you got to have a few days to get it to Spotify, and then you got to give the editors a week's lead time. So I decided to set the release date for August 23rd on this new song. But I don't know, maybe I should give you a little preview of this song. I've actually played this before, and I haven't played it in a while. So, but I really like this song. And it's a little different from most of my other songs because, you know, one of the things about songwriting, you know, writing a lyric and writing a poem are two different things. You know, poems are poetic, and lyrics are generally, you know, written to sound more like something somebody would say in a conversation. This one is more poetic than any other lyric I've ever written, and I just like it, and I hope you do too. So this will be coming out on August 23rd on Spotify and all the streaming platforms and on my website. You know, I really ought to post a pre-save link. Maybe I will in a second, but I'm going to just play this song for you. All the greatest paintings ever made would pale next to your angel face. Your heaven's greatest work of art, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. A night sky brushed with a silvery glow. You and me on a blanket below. I marvel at how beautiful you are, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. If I never see the moon again, if tomorrow never comes, I'll be fulfilled, I'll be content, 'cause you've taught me what it means to love. I'm the happiest man in all of creation. These moments with you are a revelation. As I look through the window to your heart, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. The morning's gonna come again, the sun is gonna rise, this picture-perfect night will end, but this love of ours will never die. I take your hand and I kiss your lips. Your very presence is a gift. I could gaze at you till the heavens part, with the light your eyes from a Rembrandt star. I could gaze at you till the heavens part, with the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. With the light in your eyes from a Rembrandt star. Thank you. Oh, you have to part ways. Oh, you start high school tomorrow. Do I have advice? Oh my God. You know, somebody asked me last time for my life's advice. I'm like, I don't know if I'm really in a position to give life advice to young people, but I said something cliche about doing something you love. Thank you, Holden. You know, actually, you know what my real advice is? I mean, if I really think about it, this is going to sound like boring and whatever, but whatever you're doing, like your studies or your job, whatever, just take it seriously. Be as good as you can be at whatever it is you're doing, whether it's being a student or working, you know, whether you're an accountant or a programmer or a manager or a janitor, or whatever you're doing, just do the best you can and be good at it. So as I mentioned, I've been getting that song ready to release, and it's coming out on August 23rd. Oh, you and Evan went to high school together, but you're going to different high school? Wow, I guess that's sad. Oh, you went to junior high together. Okay. You know, when I was in junior high, I moved. I was in the city. And, you know, I was never that popular. I was unpopular in high school, but I was 7th grade, I started to feel popular. And then we moved in 8th grade, and it was horrible because we moved to this area where, like, you know, I was a smart kid, and the smart kids got picked on. And then my high school split into 2 high schools, so half the kids went to one high school and half the kids went to the other high school. So, I don't know. I don't know how that's relevant, but it's one of those, for what it's worth, things. All right, so I'm battling my chronic fatigue, and I do have a video to post, so maybe I should do one more song. Yes, I went to college. Actually, I'm even going to tell, well, probably a bunch of stories about that. So, actually, the college I went to, nobody ever heard of it at the time, but now it's really well known. I went to Brown University. When I was applying to college, you know, I know I wanted to go to a good school because I was, you know, a good student. But there was this book called The Insider's Guide to Colleges, and that became my Bible because it was like what it's like to actually live at the college. And I read about Brown University. I was like, oh my God, this sounds unbelievable. So it was my dream school. And then people started telling me, even my guidance counselor told me not to bother applying there because I won't get in. And there were these other kids who told me, oh, we know this other guy who's so smart and he didn't get in, you'll never get in. So my guidance counselor told me, don't apply to the Ivy Leagues, you know, apply to the little Ivy Leagues like Tufts. So ever since then, I've had something against Tufts because I was supposed to apply there instead of Brown. But I applied to Brown and I got in. So that's where I went. I studied computer science. Yeah, I was pretty smart. Actually, well, I don't want to go into that yet, but am I built different? I don't know. I think we're all built different, aren't we? Yeah, and this was 1970. You know, I started college in 73, and actually, computer science was not a thing at most schools. So, you know, when I was looking for colleges, the first thing I had to do was find one that had computer science because a lot of schools didn't have it. Believe it or not. So, well, it was my high school. You know, I'm going to tell all these stories. I'm going to make videos about all these little stories, but my high school, it was not a great high school, but when I was maybe a junior, I guess it was, they got a computer, but it wasn't really a computer, it was a computer terminal. And you wouldn't believe how primitive this thing was. I mean, we didn't know. I mean, it was the most advanced thing I'd ever seen at the time. But it was a dial-up. So there was like a landline telephone, and it communicated with sound, like it made these little beeps. So you dial the number, you hear the beeps, and then you put the phone into this little modem that had, it was shaped like a phone, like the holes. So you plug the phone into this thing, and they would beep away at each other, and that's how they communicate. And so, like now we got internet connections, like ours is like 100 gigabytes, and that's considered high speed, but they're a lot faster. They're a lot faster than 100 gigabytes per second. The speed of that thing was 112 baud modem. Now, nobody uses the word baud anymore, but that meant 112 bits per second. That's how fast this thing was, 112 bits per second. So that was the computer I learned on. And then I was so fascinated, it's like, I got to learn how this works. So I decided I wanted to study computer science. We started a little computer club. I wonder, maybe that's why I got in. I'm like, what was it about my application at Brown that made them take me? I was so I was above average. I was like fourth in my high school class, but that's, there are a lot of smart kids who apply and don't get in. And my SATs were probably about average for the school. And I wasn't a star at anything. I played 3 sports, but I wasn't even, I barely made, I ended up getting a varsity letter in tennis, but that was not even my best sport. It's just we had a bad tennis team. I wasn't particularly great at anything. I didn't have any awards. I didn't have any amazing accomplishments, but we did start a computer club, so that might have helped. And I did have a part-time job my senior year, so I don't know, those things, I guess, mattered. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with this. Definitely don't be afraid to try things, especially also in college. High school and college are really great places to try things, Especially a lot of colleges have all these clubs, and I did try something my freshman year, and then I gave up on it, and I didn't really take advantage of all the opportunities. They had a college radio station. They actually had there was an AM and an FM station, and the FM station was WBRU FM, which is a 50,000 watt station. Hey, Dylan. And that station is still there. It's no longer controlled by Brown students. I don't know why they decided to give it up. But there was a closed circuit AM radio station, and I was a disc jockey for 1 year, and then I got bored. But there was this guy I met there who was in charge of the sports on the radio station. He was really motivated, and he would walk in there, and I'm like, who is this guy? I mean, he acted like he owned the place. He was a freshman, just like me. And you've probably heard of this guy, because he became famous. His name is Chris Berman. So I met him at Brown. We had a mutual friend, so I never really talked to him much, but we were at parties together because we had a mutual friend. Anyway, so I was going to do one more song, and I thought I knew what I was going to do, but now I can't remember what it was. Oh, somebody told me I haven't done a political song yet. I'm afraid to do certain political songs because, the way the world is. If you disagree with my politics, you might hate me, and there are some crazy people out there. But, so I'll do one that's maybe not as obvious. This song, well, I don't want to say too much about it because, where's my TikTok chat? Oh, there it is. Well, there are a lot of things I remember and a lot of things I don't want to remember and can't. But so I guess, I think my life story is not particularly remarkable, but maybe it is. I don't know. I think somebody tells these stories. I'm like, wow, I have this thing about the jump shot. And I'm like, actually, my jump shot was actually really, really good, So that was something that really stood out. And, you know, for a while I was a really, really good hitter in softball, and I haven't even gotten to the sport that I was probably best at. I haven't even gotten there with my storytelling. But anyway, I got to do one more song, and then I got to put this video online before it's too late. So, this is, I think I need to capo. Turn on the news, there's endless raging and whining about groomers, elites, and radical thugs coming after us. Somebody's trying real hard to keep us divided, as the haters keep searching for things to make sound scandalous. It's easy to get swept up in this culture war, till you see who the outrage machine is really working for. There's a trail to the boss's door. Follow, follow, follow the money. Who gives and gets what? Gotta watch the flow of the funding, top down and back up. The fat cats and their flunkies are also power hungry. Who pulls the levers? As ever, follow the money. Owners of private jets get richer and richer, while the fountain of fear's favored party cuts their taxes. There are 5 men in robes made it legal to bribe politicians, 'cause that's really all a super PAC is. It's pay to play like their corporate donors want it. You and me take a back seat to their profits. Follow, follow, follow the money. Who gives and gets what? Gotta watch the flow of the funding, top down and back up. The fat cats and their flunkies are also power hungry. Who pulls the levers? As ever, follow the money. They know voters would kick them to the curb if they were watching what they do. So they get us mad and they keep us scared, 'cause they sure don't want us to. Follow, follow, follow the money. Who gives and gets what? Gotta watch the flow of the funding, top down and back up. The fat cats and their flunkies are also power hungry. Who pulls the levers? As ever, follow the money. Who pulls the levers? Go get her. Follow the money. So all I'm going to say about that is there's a line: the 5 men in robes made it legal to bribe politicians, because that's really all a super PAC is. And that, I'll just say, is a reference to the Citizens United Supreme Court decision. And the rest of it, well, hopefully you'll think about it and figure out what I'm saying. Thank you so much, Michael. Oh, Travis, hey, great to see you. I'm about to sign off. But I'm so glad you've all been here, and I appreciate all the gifts and the follows and the likes and the shares and the comments. Can you show us well, I mean, here's the motion of the jump shot. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I can't even see the screen because I just pressed something. Yeah, so, I mean, I would just hold the ball up here and but, you know, it's funny because I realized most players just do that and they follow through. But I did this thing where I'd bring like that. So I'd shoot and I'd bring my arm back. It just felt right to do that. And so that's what I did. Don't we all? Did you hear my song, I Want to Go Viral? I posted a video the other day of the song. I'll probably post it again. I posted this a couple of times, but I have a song called I Want to Go Viral. So good night, Michael. Good night, everybody. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked the song. That was fun to make that song. So anyway, I'll go live again as soon as I can. And I really